If your kids hate reading, this is probably why. Hi, I'm Tara, a children's education specialist, and today I'll share with you the best tips and tricks to motivate young readers to stay engaged with literature for life. First off, you need to integrate reading into your everyday life. We tend to imagine reading as sitting down with War and Peace and dedicating your entire afternoon to a book. But really, reading is all around us. Many of us have fond memories of reading the backs of shampoo bottles as a kid. That's where you'll find a lot of creative and fun text. And you should be encouraging that same sense of wonder in your child for exploring all the words around us. Be sure to always have things for your child to read in reach. Keep books in your car, your living room, their bedroom. Everywhere you go, there should be something they can enjoy and read when the mood strikes. Step number 2. Parents, I'm gonna call you out a little. When was the last time you sat down and read a book? Kids will model their role models, especially their parents. So if they see you actively reading, they're far more likely to engage in it themselves. So whether they see you reading a cookbook, a magazine, a comic book, or War and Peace, they're more likely to pick up their own books. Next up is letting them choose what they want to read. While it's tempting to push a specific curriculum on your child, letting curiosity lead the way is often the best chance to get the results you want. If they have natural interests, they'll be drawn to finding sources to learn more about it. So if you know your child loves dinosaurs, bring them to the dinosaur section of Barnes & Nobles and let them choose what interests them most. And this doesn't just apply to traditional novels and picture books. If your child finds that they're fascinated by comics, it is a fantastic stepping stone to get them into reading more traditional literature. Next is using technology to your advantage. We like to say that kids spend so much time on their phones and they're too distracted with games to learn reading, but games often feature a lot of text. There's an entire genre out there called visual novels, so kids are excited to read. It's just putting it in a context that they'd enjoy. That's why you may find great results in using reading-based apps. Platforms such as Epic and Audible offer thousands of audiobooks, which means your child can be running, playing, and on the go while listening to the books. For example, Leapfrog allows your child to step into the world of the story, interact with characters, and still be reading. Remember, the goal here is not to focus on them reading the right books. It's on focusing on getting them to read at all. Finally, you're going to want to create a reading-friendly zone in your home. Set up a cozy reading nook with comfy cushions, good lighting, and a small shelf with tried and true books that they've already loved and would love to reread. Sometimes simply having a designated space within the home where they know they should be reading is enough to get them to start. And fun fact, this applies to more than just reading. Having a space for math, having a space for science, having a space for studying in general has been proven to help kids retain more of what they learn. For example, did you know that if you chew gum while studying a subject like math, and then you take a test while chewing the same flavor of gum, studies have shown that you are twice as likely to get the answers right. You're more likely to recall the information because taste is one of the primary recollection senses. Generally, engaging your senses is the #1 way to actually remember information. It's been proven in countless studies. Next up, you want to celebrate the achievements they've already had. Kids thrive on positive reinforcement. That's why you should celebrate every milestone, no matter how small. Reward them with a fun sticker, snacks, or extra time on one of their favorite games. Even just a high five can be enough to encourage them to read another day. By acknowledging their achievements, you'll encourage their confidence and help build the habit of reading every day. Finally, reading does not need to be a solo thing. I've already mentioned that you should be reading with your child. However, getting them involved in book clubs and social gatherings is a fantastic motivation to get them to read. Start a family book club or one with their friends and discuss the stories that they're learning about together. This encourages them to think more deeply about the subjects and not just skim for the sake of having read something. Plus, it makes these stories feel like a shared adventure rather than a solitary task, because everything is more fun with friends. Remember, motivating kids to read is not about forcing them to. It's about making them want to. With these tips, you'll be well on your way to fostering a child with a true love of reading. and a desire to read for the rest of their lives. And if you found these tips helpful, we have an even more in-depth guide, plus plenty of resources and book recommendations over at smartbubblegum.com. See you next time!